And we're back. Welcome back to the latest episode of Killer Score, the podcast that covers cult classic films, their soundtracks, their scores, and just gives a little more love to those little guys that we believe deserve more attention out there. And now, today, we are covering one that's stood the test of time. It's a classic, but I don't think it's getting talked about as much anymore, and it's mostly been supplanted by, unfortunately, well, I was going to say, no one remembers that remake.
Thank God.
Yeah. It's mostly been supplanted by franchise science fiction and people talking about those, like your Star Wars, your Star Treks, and such. Stargate, Battlestar Galactica. More people talk about those than this, which is wild because we probably wouldn't have a lot of those without The Day the Earth Stood Still. So, before we get into this, I'm going to pass my mic off to the others here, my lovely co-hosts, and see what they thought, if they have any experience with this, or they know anything, and, yeah.
My name is Erin. I'm here. Hi. My back was itchy. That's why I was just scratching my back on camera.
Disregard the laptop, by the way. I'm keeping it safe from,
Demon Child over here.
Yes.
Who's trying to eat Watto.
Dracula, stop trying to kill Watto. I don't know what your obsession with hurting him is, but...
I don't know what his obsession with anything is.
He's a kitten. He's obsessed with everything.
Like, okay. Alright.
He's vanished for now.
Alright, so if I'm not focused on the camera, you'll
it's
know
because
why
we have
everybody.
a kitten here. So, yeah. I am not familiar with this movie. The most that I am familiar with is when Michael Rennie was ill, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Yeah, I wore my Rocky Horror shirt because I thought it'd be funny. Also, my Halloween shirt got a little messy in the kitchen. But anyway, I'm passing it off to Richie now.
Yeah.
Hi.
I just felt like wearing an Elvira shirt because I was like, well, this seems like something Elvira would have been.
I have a pulpy science fiction adjacent shirt.
Yeah.
I got my Nuka-Cola shirt here.
Yeah.
Now here's an important movie to both me and the bedrock of at least American science fiction movies.
Yeah.
My introduction to this movie was actually in high school when I was first learning about how to write a script. And the script we studied was The Day the Earth Stood Still. And, it was like a dissertation on the character of Klaatu and how the movie works with character development and build-up.
Yeah.
Both of which, well, more of which is more so the latter, but you get it.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's scratching furniture. Don't worry about him.
well, better the couch than my mic. But this...
Yeah, the couch came with the house. We don't really care.
But yeah, this one's a big one, guys. And one of my favorite directors is behind this one.
Another one I'm not familiar with.
Really?
Who directed this again?
Robert Wise.
Yeah, I think we talked about him once before, but I don't remember.
That said, enough about my ramble. Dalton, this is your show. Just tell Erin a little bit of what this guy's been up to in his life.
Okay.
Or was up to, you get it.
So this, it was released in 1951 during the earliest years of the Cold War, and it deals heavily with exploring the tensions that it was causing. How the world feels at, like, at this time it could slip into mass destruction just like at any moment, you know? Which was kind of ironic because this was a movie made by Americans using a instrument made by the Soviets.
Yeah.
Oh.
The theremin was made by a Soviet. Little known fact, it was also made by the guy who created bugs.
Yeah, like the spy bugs.
Like the little radio bugs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
He created the theremin and a piece of mass surveillance technology.
Yeah.
He had multitudes.
The more you know.
The more you know. Hey, the guy who invented Wonder Woman also created the lie detectors, though.
Yeah.
And
he was really into bondage.
What?
That checks out.
Yeah.
That really checks out. I mean, Lasso of Truth, come on.
Yeah, and if you look at early Wonder Woman covers, most of them feature her tied up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's like Aaron just said, lasso of truth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah, it was directed by legendary Robert Wise, who was one of those just, like, directors that could do, like, anything, any genre. But to throw out some other ones for you, this wasn't his only science fiction work. He also directed The Andromeda Strain.
Fantastic adaptation.
Yeah. And Star Trek the Motion Picture, the very first Star Trek movie, was also directed by Robert Wise.
Mixed bag, but I can't argue with the direction of it.
And the actually scientific parts of that movie are really fascinating. It was made for almost $1 million, which was a good amount of money at the time.
Yeah.
And it was actually, well, we don't know the exact numbers at the box office. It got a lot of box office rentals, which means it did pretty well. It was at least a modest hit. One of the coolest things about this movie for me is the fact that the spaceship was actually designed by Frank Lloyd Wright.
Oh,
yeah.
That Frank Lloyd Wright?
Yes.
The architect.
The legendary architect whose houses have been used in multiple films and shows, such as Buffy. Oh, Dracula, watch out. We good?
Somehow, yes.
Oh my god, okay.
I was dreading that moment, honestly.
Yeah, such as Buffy, Blade Runner, and Ex Machina, to name a few.
Okay.
However, it was shot primarily on Fox backlots with some sound stages and some scenes shot in D.C. and at Fort George G. Meade. Now, even back then, you basically had to get the permission of, like, the DOD for things.
You needed permits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since the movie was all about peace, the DOD actually refused to be involved in the film.
Oh, jeez.
But the 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment just assisted in providing military equipment for the film anyway.
That's really funny.
It's like the LAPD and Dragnet.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, we don't care.
Sure, whatever.
And of course, the servicemen were like, oh, we get to be in the movie too? And I was like, yeah, of course you do.
Again, like Dragnet.
Yeah, it's like, can we be in the movie? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, oh, yeah, definitely then.
I mean, you saved us money on extras.
So, I am not a smart enough man when it comes to music to break down just how important this film's score is, but I will try. So, Herrmann is easily one of the most prolific and significant composers of film, and I cannot state that enough. He worked for over 4 decades in the industry.
Whoa.
Damn.
On various landmark films with prolific directors. Everyone from Scorsese to Hitchcock, Truffaut, Wells, De Palma. The last film he scored was Taxi Driver.
Damn.
Which, my God, the
That was such a great
score.
score.
Yeah. His very first score,
Oh, boy.
first film score, was Citizen Kane.
His very first one.
That's hitting the ground running.
You goddamn right, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with composing the score for the infamous War of the Worlds broadcast.
I guess he and Orson Welles got along.
wait.
Oh, yeah, he composed most of Orson Welles' work.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go on a limb, Dalton. The sounds of the ships flying around were theremin. I'm gonna assume that a lot of the ship ambient noises were him noodling around on the theremin.
I believe so. Don't quote me on it, but I believe so.
But you know the sounds, right? I believe you've heard the broadcast.
He also did some TV stuff.
Okay.
He did the original theme for the Twilight Zone for the first season.
Oh.
Yeah, the original season theme. Yeah. Yeah, the lesser known first season theme he did, but still. And he did the theme for Have Gun Will Travel.
Huh.
Nice.
Chances are, if there's a famous film composer you can think of, they were influenced by Bernard Herrmann in some way. Famously, Danny Elfman stated in an interview that the film's score is what got him interested in film composing.
That
Damn.
tracks.
That would
Yeah.
check out.
His score work was even an influence on the fricking Beatles.
Oh, wow.
They stated in an interview that his score work was an influence on the sound for Eleanor Rigby.
Okay. I didn't hear that. The double string quartet, yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the staccato.
Strings.
Yeah.
Double string quartet.
Yeah.
His composing work for the film is groundbreaking, cannot be understated. It was his first score after moving to Hollywood. He had composed for film before, but this is the first one he did after moving to Hollywood. And he used an insane array of instruments. Sorry. Violin, cello,
Okay.
3 electric bass,
3 of them, okay.
2 theremins played by Dr. Samuel Hoffman and Paul Schur. He didn't play them himself because the theremin is a very difficult instrument to learn, and you need specialists for it, basically.
Yeah.
I hear it's a real pain in the ass.
It's one of the hardest instruments to learn.
Yeah.
2 Hammond organs,
Those are very heavy and expensive.
a Wurlitzer organ,
I repeat my statement.
3 vibraphones,
Where the fuck did you find one of those?
2 glockenspiels,
Oh my god.
marimba, tam-tam, 2 bass drums, 3 sets of timpani, 2 pianos,
2 pianos, okay.
celesta, 2 harps, 1 horn, 3 trumpets, 3 trombones, and 4 tubas.
This would be the perfect time for my phone to go off and play the sad trombone.
But he had a significant advance in film scoring by including unison organs, tuba, piano, bass drum, staggered tritone movement, and glissando and theremins, as well as exploitation of the dissonance between D and E flat, and experimentation with unusual overdubbing and tape reversal techniques. Like, this was stuff that people weren't doing in film score at the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, back then, what you did was you either used prearranged music and music suites, or you just brought in bands and musicians and were like, okay, just play.
Yeah.
Like,
and I find it interesting that you mentioned the D and E flat, because historically speaking, the 7th interval in a major scale was called the Devil's Interval, because it sounded dissonant, and they said, like, if you play this, it'll summon whatever. This was like back in medieval and Renaissance music, but if you're familiar with, for example, you look at the keys on a piano, and you're playing C major, it would be B and C. Playing at the same time, it's going to sound really dissonant. However, if you play them, if you like trill it, it sounds pretty cool.
Just back and forth?
Just back and forth.
Dalton, you have no idea how excited I am for this one.
oh, it's a great one.
Robert Wise, the sheer volume of classic films he has to his resume. I'll say it again. You mentioned the Andromeda Strain.
Yeah.
He also did The Haunting, Sand Pebbles, the original.
I'm not familiar with Sand Pebbles.
It's a war movie.
Gotcha.
A really well-directed war movie.
Gotcha.
I know you have your reservations about it, Dalton, and rightfully so, but he also did the original West Side Story. He also did, he actually won the Oscar for Best Film Editing for Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
So we got a real titan of cinema on our hands now.
Oh, yeah. And I just wanted to state, too, the impact of this cannot be understated, too, because it was one of the earliest forays into film for electronic music.
Yeah,
Sure.
it would be.
I mean,
Yeah.
it has a theremin.
Yeah.
1 year before, and one of the earliest forays into electronic music in general.
Yeah. 'Cause
1 year before Karl-Heinz Stockhausen's groundbreaking work in electronic music, and 3 years before Edgard Varèse's work. And, you know, there's just some other, like, kind of cool stuff about this movie. The whole point of this film was Wise and the writers wanted to, like, promote peace and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
They actually said the whole goal of this film was to, like, try to strengthen the United Nations and their relations. This is also a really good adaptation, by the way. It's loosely based off a short story called Farewell to the Master. And it's become iconic in science fiction.
If you have seen any sci-fi movies that place emphasis on mystery and subverting the typical horrific sci-fi tropes of alien invasions, like your Arrivals or anything like Arrival, anything like that, you owe it to yourself to see this movie. It is very It's foundational to what I'd call the political alien invasion thriller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, the closest to anything that I've seen that was a political alien invasion thriller. Does Independence Day count?
No, that's action.
Yeah, it's more action. However, I do have some other trivia. I don't want to go too into it because I want us to start soon. But how about Erin, since you're the uninitiated, would you like to read the back of the box to tell people what this film is?
Sure, why not?
I'll hold it.
Widely acclaimed as one of the most influential sci-fi films of the 1950s, The Day the Earth Stood Still earned a coveted... Oh wait, that's just a best film promoting international understanding. Anyway, a spaceship lands in Washington, D.C., capturing the attention of the world. But the alien emissary, played by Michael Rennie, that seems like a typo.
What?
But the alien emissary I was reading that wrong. It brings refuses to reveal his mission to any single government, leading the military, politicians, and millions of ordinary people to wait in fear. Soon, their distrust turns to calls for violence. But one young woman and her son, Patricia Neal and Billy Gray, befriend him and soon realize that they may be all that stands between the human race and total destruction. I was so close to getting that completely right.
You were good. And
1951, black and white, approximately 92 minutes. Features audio commentary by Robert Weiss and Nicholas Fire. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Hey, your pace is better than mine. But, yeah. Anything else, Dalton?
I think we're good. Do we want to see if this is truly the day the Earth stands still?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's find out. And we're back, and I'm rather chill, with the exception of the ending of this movie, which is
the opposite of chill.
Not very chill. It is dour.
Absolutely.
Dour and intense.
Dour and intense, but god damn does this movie hold up. I love it, love it, love it. It is a classic of science fiction. I didn't bring this up earlier, but this is in the National Registry. Like, it's in the National Registry of Film.
Cool.
And it deserves to be there.
It does.
Because this is an incredibly significant and important film. And I think it strikes a really good dichotomy between the types of alien visitation stories.
Yeah.
Because alien visitation stories tend to either be, hey, we're here just, hey, Bowie. We're here just for vibes and to be cool and show you good stuff, or we're here to kill you all. And this one's interesting because it's like
we could do both.
We could come in peace. We can. We're just seeing how you guys are gonna act, you know? Mm-hmm. And I find that very interesting, you know? But everything about this is amazing. The score, the cinematography, the lighting is so good in this movie. Mm-hmm. Hey, Hollywood, what happened to learning how to do fucking lighting?
Especially when it comes to shadows.
Oh my god.
Work with the shadows, don't work against it.
You guys are so bad at it nowadays. I don't know what happened.
Insert Batman joke here.
Yeah, not the Batman, though. The lighting and cinematography and shadow work in that film is fantastic.
That Batman.
Yeah.
No, I was saying working with the shadows and all
that.
Yeah. I was raised in
the shadows. The Batman, that's a good example of lighting in films.
That's a good example.
But, like, guys, you really need to work on that. The rest of this, though, God, I cannot tell you enough how much I love it. I don't think it's a coincidence that the film gets darker the second, like, Billy is kind of out of the picture. Bobby. Yeah, the second Bobby's out of the picture, this film gets a lot darker.
Mm-hmm. So, you might have to yell at the cat soon. No, you're good.
Bobby, come here.
Come here, Bubba.
So, everything... Sorry, we got a cat in the system.
Cat trying to chew on the tripod.
Yeah.
Bowie, you're gonna cause some
very expensive damage.
But yeah,
Bowie.
Not the
Bowie,
camera.
Bowie.
Please.
Bowie. That camera costs 10 times as much as you did.
Bowie, please come here. Come here, Bowie.
So, in the interest of getting the ball rolling, everything that Daulton said... So everything that Daulton said about this movie is my sentiment on it. The Day the Earth Stood Still is a hauntingly effective piece of social commentary science fiction. Its themes are timeless. The cinematography has aged like a fine wine.
Yes.
And even the effects, the practical effects that they used for the spaceship... when it landed, when Klaatu and Gort's ship landed in the middle of DC, I turned to Daulton and I straight up said, "That looks real."
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah.
There are no strings or anything holding the ship up.
No.
There's none of that chintzy stuff like some B movies you'd see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just smooth as butter. But before I gush about anything that resonated with me, we have an uninitiated here who'd like to give her thoughts.
Yes, I'm very curious about Erin's thoughts.
Yes, so I'm trying to keep a cat's tail out from hitting the microphone. We're trying very hard. No?
We're good.
He needs attention right now.
Yeah, he just does. Okay.
Daulton's got him.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So I really like this movie. I feel like all the characters would act in the way that they like real people would. I love... usually I hate kids in film, but I do really like Bobby.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby's a delight.
Because he just feels like so natural, and he's a really smart kid. Like, he's smart and he's curious. And it seems like he makes friends easily.
I mean, obviously he's not free from endangerment, but
No.
he's resourceful. He quickly puts together how much Klaatu knows because he assumes a human identity.
Yeah, Mr.
And-
Carpenter.
Yeah, Mr. Carpenter. And it doesn't take long for him to click with what's going on. But continuing.
Yeah, so I really like Bobby as a character. What was the
Mom's name?
mom's name?
I have
totally
this.
forget.
I don't know. Where's the DVD?
I got it.
I don't know.
Her
I think I
name
put it back.
is Helen.
Helen.
That's right.
I like Helen. She's also a very realistic character. She's dating a guy who seems nice at first, but is kind of a jackass.
Kind of.
He is a
He
jackass.
is a jackass. He basically ruined intergalactic peace.
He
did.
He's the wrench in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I meant like at the beginning of the movie, he seemed like a jackass.
Yeah.
Well, nice dude in the beginning. Then.
Nice. He seemed okay. But you can see like the dynamic between Helen and Bobby feels natural. It feels very natural.
As does everything between Mr. Carpenter and Bobby.
It does. And Daulton and I were joking in the movie. It was like, no one. This is the 50s. No one bats an eye about an adult man spending a lot of time with a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
I'll say it again. This was the time where you'd be lucky if half your kids' toys weren't radioactive.
Or made of lead and asbestos.
What the shit were those toys?
I don't know, but lawn darts existed.
Yeah.
You could kill someone with those things.
Yeah, you could. I think my grandma has some in her attic.
Merry Christmas, Bobby. Have this miniature sharpened javelin.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say the cinematography by Leo Tover is just so good.
Oh.
The cinematography, my love.
Yeah.
How about the editing, too?
The editing was really good. It was actually great. I like the match cuts that they did.
And
The fade shots.
I'm not surprised the cinematography was so good because I forgot to bring this up. Tover is one of the earliest film cinematographers.
Really?
Yeah, he was working on like film from the early days. He was born in 1902.
Oh wow! So he was really working early on film.
Yeah,
It's like the 20s.
he started in film in 1926.
Damn.
And he worked on the earliest version of Gatsby.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the silent film version.
Like the first?
Yeah,
The
the
first?
silent film version of The Great Gatsby.
Yeah. But yes, the cinematography is phenomenal in this film. I also the soundtrack. We will get more into that.
Oh, we got a discussion and a half there.
We have a discussion half there. But I really enjoy the soundtrack from it. It's a mix of like sci-fi or an orchestral, which is something I really like.
Oh yeah.
It's like throwing a theremin in an orchestra.
It's chilling. It's chilling.
Yeah, it is.
This laid the groundwork for every synth-heavy, theremin-heavy sci-fi movie from the 50s. You know, this was... I'd say this movie walked so others could run with its music, but that would imply that it did any walking and that it didn't run right for the finish line.
Yeah.
But before that, I think my favorite part of that movie, which is saying something because of every great part of it, is the unmistakable excellence of Michael Rennie as Klaatu.
Michael Rennie's fantastic.
He gives
he's
the
also very attractive.
Yes.
Indeed. He gives the character of Klaatu dignity and urgency while also balancing out idealism, and that is such a tenuous tightrope to walk on.
It's funny, you joked during your screening and called him Space Jesus, but like, you know, if I believed in that kind of stuff and I was Christian, I would believe that Jesus would act and talk like Michael Rennie in this movie.
Because
you're from New England, aren't you?
Like, he is very well-spoken, intelligent, just magnetic. There's just something otherworldly about him, you know?
But just because he's out for intergalactic peace doesn't mean he suffers fools lightly.
No, God, no.
He has such a... It's remarkable to me how he's able to talk people down and deconstruct them.
That's
not a toy.
I know you like to rub your face on things, but do not rub your face on that.
No, please do not.
Like, it's amazing to me how Michael is able to, as Klaatu, talk someone down but also maintain that composure.
Yeah.
Because typically with characters like this, you're waiting for their sanity to snap.
Yeah.
He never loses that composure, though.
No, he doesn't. Because when you say, like, waiting for the sanity to snap, for some reason my brain just thought of, like, those characters in Futurama that are, like, very composed and then something just breaks because something so stupid happens.
But not Klaatu.
Not Klaatu, no.
He's got a job to do.
And he does his job.
And he's got a message to send.
Yeah.
Rest of the cast is great, too, though.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm very impressed by...
Please get off the record player.
Dude, I told you.
Cats.
Life with cats. We got 3 of them. This happens every 5 minutes.
Hey, Ben, this one's for you. You were hoping for more of this.
Yeah, it was.
By the way, the mic did catch his yelp.
Okay.
That's really funny.
Anyway, oh boy.
I think
you're just gonna be a goddamn menace, aren't you?
Yeah, you are.
He's just gonna be a menace this episode.
Yeah.
Can I rub my face on the table?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't chew on it.
Come here. Just get up here already. Just, I know you want attention. Just please.
He's like, no, I'm mad at you.
If you're gonna do this, then
oh my god.
Just head up and get us cat views. God damn it.
I know
anyway.
You like the attention, you whore.
Keep going.
Okay, I'm sorry. So there we go. There's Bowie. Yeah, all the acting seems very natural. How even the extras react, like in scenes where like the spaceship opens up and everyone panics.
Mm-hmm. Everyone shuffles away.
The military guy shooting too soon.
Like everyone is acting their asses off, and
yeah, and you can tell that everyone's on edge because it's like, what the hell is going on, Bowie?
I really like the way this movie starts. I just want to say.
Yeah, so do I.
It It doesn't.
You're gonna have to hold that.
It's one of those things where it's like there's a build-up, but it's also very snappy. Bless you.
Bye, Bowie.
Sorry.
Yeah,
like,
I think because what I like about this is we see the big picture. Like, it gets right into it. Like, if this was
international radio broadcast,
yeah, like the news, we're seeing like the flight patterns, yada yada yada.
And we cover a bunch of countries. You got France. You got.
Looked like it was something in Budapest.
No, it wasn't Budapest. They had France. They had the Soviet Union.
Yeah, there's a skyline shot of Moscow.
I'm pretty sure there was like a Middle East country in there.
No, it was
Or was it India?
Where's Calcutta? Is that in India?
Yeah, that's India.
Yeah, I thought it was India.
I couldn't remember who was in India or Bangladesh.
Yeah, but you have India. Like just all around the world. But what I love about that is it feels natural, but it also feels like what Hollywood would not do nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, Hollywood would be like, no, they need someone they can identify with. We're going to start with the family right away.
Yeah.
No, like...
Yeah.
Because when you start with a family right away, it doesn't build tension.
No. And, like, part of this is I just think due to the excellent script work by Edmund North. Edmund H. North did an amazing job with the script. He worked on a bunch of other Hollywood flicks I saw. The most notable one for me, aside from The Day the Earth Stood Still, which, by the way, what a picture to have your name attached to in general.
Yeah.
But he did actually a lot of Western movies too.
Really? What did he do?
He did The Proud Ones, Cowboy, The Outcasts of Poker Flat, Only the Valiant, Flamingo Road, Colorado Territory. Like, a lot of Westerns, which I find fascinating. But he...
Kind of deep cuts, too.
Bowie, come on. But he also did one of the... just like a hell of a picture. He did Patton. He did the script for Patton.
Damn.
And I'm like, dang, that checks out for how good this is. Bowie, what did I say a billion times, dude?
That's a damn tripod.
Hold on. Yeah.
He's got an obsession.
Now the TV again. It's being very bad.
And he just tilted the camera.
Oh, boy.
All right, Richie, you take the mic.
You take the mic. I gotta readjust the camera.
Yeah, you handle that. So, it's one of the few movies... It's one of the few sci-fi movies that I can think of that starts... Oh, goodness gracious.
Don't you dare.
Don't start things. Do not start things. It's Dracula. That's why I'm saying do not start things. Bowie, go chase him upstairs, Bowie.
That cat cam's getting the work out of its life today, I'll tell you.
Good job, Bowie. Go chase him.
Go get him.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, go fight upstairs. Go be stupid somewhere else. Yeah. We're just left with the Mexican standoff here. No. Oh, dear God, no.
Okay, we're gonna have the cats fighting again.
Please stop.
Hey, Demon, could you move?
Uh-oh.
Can you go back upstairs?
So...
Why don't you go bother Metal, buddy?
Do not chew on this power cord. It's the only one I have.
Oh my God. What's going on?
So The Day the Earth Stood Still is one of the few sci-fi movies that I can think of that starts from the... No, we're keeping this. I'm putting that camera in.
Oh my God.
That footage was tough of me to get, okay? So, Day the Earth Stood Still is one of the few sci-fi...
I can't. I have to monitor things now.
It's one of the few sci-fi movies that I can think that starts from the top and then hones in on our main cast.
Yeah.
And that is such a rarity nowadays. Name
really
one
is.
other movie besides maybe the aforementioned Arrival.
I'm
wait,
struggling.
no, even Arrival starts with its protagonist.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
Like,
to think of one.
that, I love that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, maybe you'd get like an anthology series or something.
Right away you get, oh yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
this truly is, in every sense, the day the Earth is coming together and standing still.
What's that thing?
And
why did the milkshake machine stop working?
That was funny. Where I'm like, no, not the milkshake machines. Those of you unaware, I have a troubling milkshake addiction.
He wants you.
Hey, we're still pulling this off. Oh my god.
Oh no,
Guys, do not fight.
Please do not fight in the living room.
Oh hey, look at this. Look at that. Yeah, see, it's a toy. It's a toy. Yeah, you want a toy? You want the toy?
Oh, I should be filming this one. Oh well.
You have a lamp upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so now that we've talked about the atmosphere again, we need to talk about a huge part of it and go to... Pause for effect because I was handing it off for you to talk about the score.
Yeah.
Score.
So, this revolutionary score, the work of it is just so good. Like, I don't know what Bernard Herrmann was up to, if he had some sort of fucking thing to prove, but he was at it.
He was doing it.
He went all out.
This man is just fucking ridiculous when it comes to creating iconic and ridiculous scores.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys heard of a little movie called Psycho?
Yep.
Oh shit, I didn't know he did that score.
Oh, yeah, he
He
did.
did Psycho.
The screeching violins.
The sheer versatility of his scores too. He also did the moody string and synth work for Taxi Driver, as we said.
Yeah.
And Taxi Driver's score is phenomenal.
It really is.
Like, all those moody trills that happen when Travis is in the taxi, for instance. Oh, Hey Daulton.
Yeah.
Especially the score when Martin Scorsese's in the car and he's talking about...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
all that crazy shit.
Yeah.
That scene wouldn't have been half as effective without his amazing score.
Yeah.
No.
And here, he more or less set the stage for the grand sci-fi sound. This...
Creeping dread.
That is creeping dread. Because the toy fell down the stairs and so did the cat. Well,
Hey,
after the toy, he didn't
Daulton.
fall down
I got it again.
Okay. Hey, Erin. Here's
Oh
a
my
question
God.
for you.
Yeah.
Do I put a cat counter in this episode?
I would say so, yeah.
Do I put an interrupting cat counter in this?
Yeah.
It's like the derailment cat counter. Ooh, I have an idea.
Where's your toy going? Oh,
You just played fetch with the cat at this point.
Up there. There you go.
He's just playing fetch with this kitten at this point. This is why we
Okay.
can't have nice things. 'Cause we
Okay,
got cats.
Daulton.
Yeah.
Daulton, here's what I'll do. In post, cat counter and a meow will mark it every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Bernard Herrmann score. Continue.
Yeah, I'm jumping at shadows over here.
Continue.
Cat.
Yeah, I'm worried about this fucking camera and shit. And oh god, yeah, no, Bernard Herrmann's awesome. He looked like the kind of dude who would put out an intense score and make you go like, "Oh shit, I better listen to this guy."
It looks like a real artiste.
Like, look at this man.
Yeah, put that photo in there, Richie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are the eyes of someone who. Those are the eyes of someone who's like, yeah, I got a job to do. We're making magic.
You better be on point with that concerto.
We're making.
He looks like he teaches at Curtis.
Yeah, like, this guy did not mess around, man.
We're making magic in this studio, gentlemen.
Yeah, like I said it before, but it bears repeating. Imagine going to your first film and being like, "Oh yeah, I'm only making the score for Citizen Kane."
Citizen Kane, a foundational movie in so many fields.
Oh, so many fields,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like your first movie?
Yeah.
That's your first score?
To be in what is now considered one of the best films of all time.
To the point that like it's commonly held up that people are like, "Oh, it can't be that good," and then they see it and they're like, "Oh yeah,
I get it now.
I get it."
My relationship to that movie is pretty interesting because I started out that way, and I saw it 3 times, and every subsequent time it just got better because I appreciated the craftsmanship that went into it, and the sheer beauty of the character study of Charles Foster Kane.
Oh, yeah.
Of what... And how much it says about how the people held up as real entrepreneurs and stuff are usually broken people.
Yeah. What else is funny about that movie is I saw... we were talking off screen earlier about jump scares because of, like, cat people and how it's considered to be, like, one of the first jump scares. Citizen Kane also has one of the earliest jump scares, the bird.
The dove.
Yeah.
That goes in,
that
and
jumps,
then flies off.
Yeah, and then makes like the bad noise.
$50 never to screech in my ear again.
Oopsie.
It's oh god, I cannot.
I apologize. My inner voice actor took over.
I cannot gush enough about this stuff. Like Bernard Herrmann was so freaking good, man.
Yeah, I love this score so much. I've heard the scores of some of his other films. Chef's Kiss.
You can see why this guy was the guy.
Yeah.
Like
the inspiration.
Like this guy was John Williams before John Williams. Like just tossing out iconic score after iconic score and just being awesome with like and foundational with his work. Like John Williams made big bombastic suites and like swoops and stuff and that were just like really influential and powerful.
And we had to take the mic away from Daulton because we may have another cat problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Hey, Drac, can you chill? Can you both chill?
For like an hour, please.
What time is it? Like no, what time are you recording?
We are
40.
41. So for about 10 or 15 more minutes.
10, 15 minutes, can you guys chill?
Because I do have oh boy. Okay, all right.
You're going to the other room.
Okay.
That's fine.
Follow suit or go upstairs or
no.
Or don't go there or come here. Like anywhere but where the camera is.
So
anywhere but where the expensive ass camera is.
Well, in the interest of fighting the distractions, I have something I want to address about this movie.
Please do.
Oh, yeah?
My favorite sci-fi movies, be they in huge universes or self-contained stories, are the ones where humanity's faults are laid bare, and all the weird stuff is, well, kind of harmless by comparison.
Yeah.
Not to shill or anything, but as someone working on his own series right now, I think those are the best stories.
Yeah.
I mean, you should know. You're one of those aliens.
Yeah. Yep.
Plug.
Plug.
Aster song. Wink.
Go watch episode 1.
Thank you, Erin. But seriously, this movie, I don't think anything's gonna top it in terms of what it has to say about humanity's inclination to destroy anything that goes out of its thin parameters of familiarity, and how peace is tenuous, and it could be a way more attainable thing had it not been for our own stupid primal instincts.
Yeah. Primal instincts and pettiness.
Yeah. Like, they established that Klaatu's people are, they're way more advanced than us. They live longer.
They also
diamonds are their currency.
Which is kind of like, dude, the fuck? Damn, I was hoping to get one episode without dropping an F-bomb.
You're in a relationship with me. It's statistically impossible.
That is true.
Oh, who cares?
Okay, I was trying to challenge myself, okay?
You held up admirably.
I held up for the first 44 minutes.
You did a BoJack Horseman.
I did.
Where it's like, you do it once.
You do it once.
You do it once a season. That's how BoJack operates. For you, it's like once an episode, yeah?
Yeah, once for some episodes it's like 5 or 6 times.
Fuck, man.
Or more.
What else is there to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we talked about the soundtrack and how phenomenal it is.
Stay the fuck away from my family, you know.
Yeah. The film score, not the film score, cinematography is some of the best cinematography I've seen in film, period, probably. Especially in films in the 1950s where they were still kind of getting their footing when it comes to cinematography.
Yeah.
And
Jack is just scratching.
okay, I just make sure he wasn't trying to climb the couch. He's in this corner.
Yeah. Continue.
Oh, there he is. Sorry. My something about the cats. They're always knocking over my Seventh Doctor figure.
I mean, the Doc's not exactly in the best place, to be fair.
He was in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, for some reason the Doc is always... This specific Doctor is always getting knocked over by them.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think they like the umbrella.
Okay.
Put him facing the camera.
Anyway, we discussed the cinematography, the lighting. Ugh.
This movie's
lighting is absolutely fantastic.
Especially the shadows.
Oh.
The shadow work. And I know that's a weird word to say, but the shadow work is so good. I want to cry. Work with the shadows, not against it when you're making a film. Even if you're just doing anything like even if you're just doing like a short YouTube video, use the shadows to your advantage.
You were geeking out about like the shot where he shows up in the house and he's
I was, because you don't see his silhouette, and in any other place that would be creepy as hell. But when he slowly comes into the light and they turn the lights on, and they're like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? Who are you?"
Yeah, it's a striking image.
It's a striking image, and it's worked so effectively. Sorry, Richie. I've been keeping this from you.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. There's a similar shot where Gort, the robot, steps out of the ship, and the lights from inside roll off of him, and there's shadow.
Oh my god, Gort is one of the all-time great robot designs of all time.
He is. It's a very simple robot design, but
effective.
It's very effective.
And every time that visor of his opens,
it's cool. It's
really cool.
Awesome.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, that too.
You wouldn't think that a 50s sci-fi movie could make simple light lasers effective and intimidating, but oh boy, you know shit's about to get real when those cheesy lasers are coming out of his eyes.
Yeah, this was that awesome movie that every 1950s film took inspiration from, and they also took all the wrong lessons from.
Yeah.
Hey,
look at all those 50s and 60s like horror and sci-fi B movies.
Yeah. Hey guys, let's remake this movie, except remove the message about world peace and make the entire existence of Klaatu a horror thriller premise.
Yeah, we're just gonna make the aliens just big scary things, like something they lampshaded the movie too.
Yeah.
Hey. Pro tip, everybody. The day the Earth stood still and the day after tomorrow, they don't go together. Their tones are kind of opposed.
Yeah, they're completely different movies.
Yeah.
Also, the day after tomorrow is about weather.
Well, yeah, and that's my point. The remake tries to make it like a big,
like a Roland Emmerich movie.
Yeah.
Which, again, I think Roland Emmerich has only ever had 1.5 enjoyable movies.
Yeah, I just straight up don't like Roland Emmerich's movies.
I've only seen a couple of his movies, and I haven't been a fan of them.
Yeah, I did he do Day After Tomorrow?
Yes.
I think that's the only one I really like.
I thought it was okay.
Stargate's alright.
I haven't seen Stargate.
Look, the thing that saves The Day After Tomorrow, of course, like many films, is a really good Jake Gyllenhaal performance.
Yeah.
Oh, he's. I haven't seen him be bad in anything.
No,
that's true.
But, well, it's like 6 Degrees of Donnie Darko, because we were talking about maybe covering Southland Tales.
I will absolutely cover Southland Tales. That is a fascinating movie.
I'm gonna give it a gold star when that happens, but that's neither here nor there.
I haven't seen it, and that's why we're doing it.
I'm still amazed that there was an era where The Rock was trying.
Where he wasn't phoning it in?
Yeah, there was an era there where The Rock was actually trying to be an actor. And he was trying out different character types and roles and stuff.
Speaking of, I'll say this about the movie, about Southland Tales. Yeah. John Lovitz didn't do a bad job.
No, everyone's really good in that. And Dracula, please do not try to eat wallpaper, dude.
God. Man, that cat counter is going to beat our derailment counter from...
I probably already have.
From the Road to Perdition episode?
Yeah, I can guarantee this cat counter is going to bypass the derailment counter. And did he just pull that wallpaper off? Because I don't remember that being there earlier.
I think he... Yeah, I think I did see him, and I was like, hey, stop that. And then he was like, oh, okay.
He does listen to him within reason. Within... Oh, no, brother.
No.
No?
Okay, we're just keeping an eye on the kitten to make sure he doesn't do anything.
Okay,
they're in the other room, but they're probably going to start fighting now. Richie, don't record this. Richie, don't record this.
Why?
Because they're probably going to start fighting.
Okay, never mind.
And then we're going to have to break it up.
Yeah, fair. Sorry.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to put on YouTube is cats fighting, because it's not pretty.
Yeah, it isn't.
Like, for context, because I was trying to find something, like, there was a bit, and, like, Dwayne Johnson's actually good and be cool, and he's, like, a gay bodyguard in it. Like, a flamboyant, gay, badass bodyguard, and he's good. It's like, he's good when he tries.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like that can be said by a lot of actors, though. I
think the crisis is averted for now.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Like, he's one of those actors. Like, shout out to... I'm forgetting the channel's name right now. Shout out to Patrick H. Williams. He did a great video on how there's certain actors who, like, try to be a brand as themselves. Mm-hmm. And he brought up that the two biggest culprits of that in modern Hollywood, in his opinion, are Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I feel like between those two, honestly, I think the one who's less insufferable about it is Ryan Reynolds. Mainly because... Oh, no.
Oh, God.
That was really close right there.
That was terrifying.
That was fucking Neo in the Matrix levels of close.
Yeah.
Like, he is the one. But yeah, Ryan Reynolds... forget that part. Day the Earth Stood Still.
Ryan Reynolds was there the day the Earth stood still.
Dalton, have you seen... Dalton, have you seen...
About how I can work Ryan Reynolds into that.
Have you seen Bullet Train yet, Dalton?
No.
You'll like Ryan Reynolds in it for reasons that I won't get up into. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point.
Like,
maybe...
once again, he was one of those guys who, like, even knew when to lean into his type to make it interesting. Like, in Adventureland, he's basically playing the usual character type he plays, but they're playing up the, like, sleazier aspects of the character types he plays and how, like, it can be like, ew.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, why are you hitting on a college-age girl?
Like, you're in your 40s.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like, hi, Leo.
It's a good movie. Adventureland's a good one. Maybe we'll cover that on here.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a deep cut.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. So.
Oh, you guys haven't seen it?
Nope.
There we go.
It's good.
Putting it down the ledger.
It's good. Yeah.
But this one is Day the Earth Stood Still is revered as a classic for a reason. I don't know who the bigger threat is here, the aliens or the cats.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do we have a lot more to say on this? Because I feel like maybe we should just wrap it up before disaster strikes.
Before the camera gets broken.
Because
let's take a lesson from this movie and know when to stand down.
Oh.
Yeah, know when to stand down.
Nice integration, bud.
Yeah.
And that's fine by me because
it's already almost 11.
Yeah, it's almost 11, and also
work in the morning.
I don't work in the morning, but I start like an hour after you do.
But there is one thing that I'd like to build up some excitement for, because with these schedules, the next month we're going to be filming towards is
spooky season.
Woo!
Kind of our raising the tire.
Yeah.
And we were robbed of the chance to talk about spooky season stuff by the writer strike. Yeah. But boy, do I have a great pick for us on the first episode.
Golly gee willikers, Jiminy, Jehoshaphat's, Richard.
What could it be?
What is it that we're gonna watch?
Well, I am proud to announce that my pick is an acid trip of a movie from the likes of director Adrian Lyne of Fatal Attraction fame.
Okay.
From the screenwriter of Ghost, which laid the bedrock for...
P.S. I Love You?
Which laid the foundation for all sorts of films and video games, most notably Konami's acclaimed survival horror series Silent Hill.
Yep.
Okay.
So, as we find ourselves traveling through one man's journeys through hallucinations, demonic possessions,
is it real? Is it not?
Psychoses?
Mm.
I would like Erin, the uninitiated, to join me and Daulton in taking the first steps up Jacob's ladder.
We're climbing higher.
And don't worry, I will not be wrestling an angel, so it gives me a blessing.
Oh my god.
Because that is the original story.
Yeah. Yeah. We're climbing higher, soldiers of the cross. That's the gospel song.
Okay.
We'll see you next time.
See you next
on
time.
Killer Score.
Yep.